I'm Paul.
Hi, I'm Gigi.
We're here with Roadside Scholar, and we are here at the Mama 2019 Fall Rally, checking out a variety of vehicles. Right now we are in the 2020 Ford Explorer ST. It's their badass sports edition of their family SUV. It's got 400 horsepower. It's got a really nice V6 EcoBoost engine. It is quite a speedy vehicle, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, it's definitely got, it has kind of a big butt, but it's very spacious and it moves.
It does move. We're going to see it move here in a second.
This is the ideal kind of car for a person who wants, some passing power, but also has a lot of stuff to haul around, such as little people, or, sports equipment and gear and things like that.
Yeah, and this is a pretty dramatically changed Explorer from past years. For the first time in as long as I can remember, it's now rear-wheel biased. So even though this is all-wheel drive, it feels much more sporty, especially in the sport modes. You can actually, if you wanted to, you could probably drift this thing, although it's kind of a big vehicle to do that in. It's definitely more nimble than you would think for something of its size. So, what do we think of the interior?
Well, I was just going to remark on that. There's sort of a faux carbon fiber inlay here. There's speaker panels in the... Well, it looks like there's a speaker panel in the door.
Yeah, those Bang & Olufsen Play speakers have that metal grille, so they look kind of schmancy. It's a sort of a trend in luxurious vehicles to do the exposed metal grille. Something you might see in like a Mercedes or
I actually think that
vehicle.
When you have a moonroof like this, even if it wasn't able to open, it just lends to that feeling of spaciousness.
Yeah, it's one of those panoramic roofs, but the front part does open on this.
You really don't feel cramped
in
a car like this. I mean, obviously you won't because it's a large car.
Sure.
But that detail just adds to the experience, the feeling.
Sure. So one thing that I'm not crazy about, though, is the center display in this car, despite the fact that it is a nice sort of modern tablet interface and pretty intuitive with Sync 3. It looks like somebody just slapped their iPad on the dashboard. It's a little bit of a sort of an afterthought. I know that people want these sort of larger displays now, but it just feels a little bit out of place. The rest of the interior is pretty nice. The materials seem to be of quality. There's some leather on the steering wheels. We got leather seats here. Some nice stitching. There's still some plastics, but not a ton. And
newfangled gear shift instead of an old-fangled one.
Yeah, that gives you a little bit more space in the center console instead of the big shift knob.
Right.
It doesn't get in the way of your cup holders, and so it's just like a dial thing. Pretty intuitive, and it's not a vehicle that you're going to be shifting up and down a lot. Although there are paddle shifters if you really want to get into it. So if you do want to feel a little more engaged, since it's a sport model. But overall, it's pretty nice in here. It's certainly quiet for something with so much power.
Actually, the environment once the door is shut in here is really quite. It feels very exclusive. It feels like we're still feeling connected to the road, but not in a harsh way.
Right. And being the ST edition, it's going to be a little bit firmer ride. It's going to be a little bit more, pull overall. And there certainly are different Explorers for different tastes.
Nobody wants
if you want to be
ride anymore.
More, there are more luxurious Explorers, and then there's this one for the person who wants the most performance. So overall, I think this is a pretty fun and comfortable vehicle.
This is coming in. This model, as equipped, is coming in around 60 grand, just a tad shy of it. Now, what do you think about that?
Explorers, big SUVs are not cheap these days. You can easily spend 60, 70 grand on a nicely equipped SUV. So I think it's appropriate, especially when you're talking about the powerful V6 that you get in this car, and it being the Sport Edition. I think that you can certainly get into other Explorers for quite a bit less. if you don't need all that power and you don't need the handling or the exhaust and all that. So thumbs up, I would say.
I would say it's a big thumbs up. The only thing that I really am having an aesthetic issue with, and I feel like this, looking at this tablet. It has all of the tech. You got a $1,000 tech package in here. All right, you're paying a premium for it, and this doesn't flow. If it was horizontally oriented, this dash would flow.
Yeah, no, a horizontal display.
What I think.
I always think horizontal displays look better on
That being
dashboards.
said, I think that this size tablet, for lack of a better term, is the proper scale for a car like this. So, you know, you got to take the good with the bad. That's what I think.
Anyhow, so that's our quick take on the Explorer ST.
That was a good quick take.
Yeah.
Actually, I think we got a lot of info back in that.
Yeah, we did. So
it was great.
Pretty happy with that.
Yeah, we're pretty pleased with ourselves right now.
So
we're doing well.
So this is the Roadside Scholar.
This is the Roadside
Scholar.
Scholar.
Signing off for now.
Thank you so much.